program today, I've been re-watching because I've hit the end of the internet. I've watched all the things I'm going to watch on YouTube. I've watched the cow hoof trimmer. I've watched the carpet cleaner guy.
What?
Do you not, like, go down YouTube rat holes?
No.
Oh, you should.
Well, not for that.
For what?
Well, is that like up there with the pimple popper? And
Yeah, it's like, you know
no.
how you're niche watching now? Like, I'll come home and instead of me and Jimmy being
Are you
like...
trying to say niece?
Niche. I'm
Niche.
watching niche.
Oh.
And my entertainment is so niche. My niche Nash is so good. It's so lovely. We'll go home. We'll come home. And instead of me being like, let's turn on a movie or like, let's watch something on Netflix, I'll come home and be like, turn on the dirty carpet cleaning guy. And we'll watch it for hours. There's a guy who just trims people's lawns. That's all he does. That's his whole YouTube page. These guys are millionaires, FYI.
Okay.
And you've never watched the cow hoof trimmer? You don't
No.
know about Hoof GP?
What?
He's a Scottish guy. All he does is trim cow hooves,
Why?
but he tells you what he's doing as he's doing it. And I'm like, this is the most relaxing thing. And he plays a song, and he plays like sexy music while he's trimming cow hooves.
I don't understand why you need to trim a cow's hoof because
they look fabulous. Basically, a hoof is like a shoe. I've learned a little bit. You
No,
don't
that
want to
I
cut the corium because that's the actual foot. You don't white line problems. I don't even know unless you start watching this, but you'll see. But they have to trim their cow hooves down. It's almost like they're getting pedicures. It would be like if you didn't trim anything from the ankle down. I can't say those words.
Okay.
But you know what I'm talking about.
Okay.
If you didn't take care of that situation,
Got it.
it would become a situation, and then you'd be in the Guinness Book of World Records.
I guess my question is, cows have been around for a really long time, so what do they do before humans?
Trimmed each other's. But this, I don't know how it happened. I don't know how he got into the business. But it's I think it's like ye old. It's almost like if somebody said they were a blacksmith.
Uh-huh.
And you'd be like, oh, okay, that was anything that was ever at Colonial Williamsburg, those jobs. It's like cow hoof trimming goes back decades, centuries, and now he's just carrying on the tradition. He's just bringing YouTube viewers in. But I will watch this man. But he'll trim the cow hooves and he'll play like a folk song.
Like of his own?
Yeah, no, it's stuff that like actually exists, but it's like as he's trimming the cow hooves, you just hear a woman being like, and I want to let it go when I'm thinking of you day and night.
So he's basically just taking care of his women. Is that what he's doing?
I think so.
He's like-
or I don't know what happens when the cameras are off.
That's what I'm saying.
So he's prepping them.
Yeah.
And then he's like, we're going to turn the cameras off now. I hope you enjoyed the hoof trimming. And then you just see the cow and the crush going like, call the police.
You just see the cow light up a cigarette like, this is going to be good.
I hope you've learned something on my YouTube channel today. I got to go now. She's waiting for me. I wanna let it go and I hold it on to you day and night. You gotta get into it. It's so good.
We'll see. We'll see.
So all that is to say is I was watching. I'm going back and I'm watching old shows from my youth. And I was watching The Hills. You know.
Never saw it.
Oh, it's so crappy. But it's like from when reality TV was brand new. And they were in New York City and they were going from place to place. And Lauren Conrad gets in a cab and she says to the guy, she's like, I need to go to Spring Street. And I'm in a hurry.
Good luck.
Then get out and take a train, bitch.
Jeez, then
You're
fucking
gonna
walk.
You're in Midtown and you need to get to Spring. And
Yeah,
I know you
good
don't know shit about shit, but
We're on 9th Avenue at 4 o'clock in the afternoon.
then get a
Hit it.
slingshot.
Yeah. Fuck off.
Like any movie or TV show where they tell a cab driver to hurry up, I'm like, you
Oh, no.
don't understand how it works. Aren't you adorable?
I like it when I get into a cab and I've been saying the same directions now for like 7 years or 8, however long I've been there. And the guy's like, can you put it in computer for me? I'm like, no.
They
No, I
ask you to
can't.
do it?
Yeah, I'm like, oh, this is my first day. I'm like, this is your first day? driving a cab, and I'm your first. This is terrible.
Why do I keep getting the
I'm
first?
like, no, straight. No, why are you?
But it's almost
Why'd
like
you turn on 57th?
It's like you're watching TV at the same time,
Yeah.
and you're just like, no, don't go in there.
Yeah.
No, the killer's behind the. Oh, I've done that before. I had a cab driver who, whenever anybody cut him off, he would brake and honk at them and yell at them. And I was like, everybody cuts everybody off. It was like driving like that the whole way.
It makes me sick.
It makes you, I was like, you got to stop. Please, just keep going. And then I told him, I said, you can yell and accelerate at the same time. And now I'm guiding him on how to be an asshole driver. And I'm like, stop braking.
Here, stop the car. Let me show you.
Come back here. You watch me. Okay?
This is what you're doing. No, this is what I'm doing. Fuck off!
See? Smooth. I flipped him off. Oh, I don't know if I ever told you this story because I haven't seen you in so long. I had a road rage incident, but it wasn't necessarily my rage. I just drive like I live in New Jersey, which I do, which is a survival skill in and of itself.
Okay.
You pretty much, every car should be shaped like the middle finger. Okay. It's what you do when you
It'll
drive.
be hard to get and find your own car then.
You'd actually be surprised. I think you'd actually get in and out of parking spots much better. But
no, my car's shaped like a finger, the middle finger.
so is his, and so is hers. Welcome to New Jersey.
This isn't my car. It smells like fish in here.
The Hyundai fuck off.
This is the double fucker.
So I'm driving, and this crazy bitch cuts me off, almost drives me off the road, because it was like, you're merging, you're going, it's a zipper, right, left, right. And somebody gone right, somebody gone left. I was the next one to go right. She cuts me off. I literally almost drive off the street. I lay on the horn. I am insanely angry. At this point, I just left the house 5 minutes ago, and I just laid on the horn behind her. And what did she do? She cut me off to get one person in front. We're all sitting in a red light, you bitch. So I don't care I don't care. So we get to the next intersection. It's like this wildly busy, crazy intersection, but there are 4 lanes. So there's 2 straight turnings, a right and a left. I see her get in that long lane that's straight turning, and I go into the next lane. It's still a straight turner, but I go past her, and what do? I do that. I flip her off because I live in New Jersey, and it's my God-given right. You move to the state, and people tell you, get your finger ready. So that's whatever. I flipped her off. I was so angry.
This sounds like, did you ever see the movie Better Off Dead with John Cusack?
Did I ever see it?
Ladies and gentlemen,
That's
the two guys,
exactly
the 2 guys that learned to speak English from watching Howard Cosell.
Well, how'd they learn it? Wild World of Sports. That's how they learned how to speak English.
Ladies and gentlemen, here we
Lloyd.
are. Aaron Maguire, late for work.
And I'm so angry.
Although I think I was doing a Russian.
No, you were doing. No, it came off Russian.
Sorry.
It's just a comedy. It's not your fault.
It's been a while
It
because
has.
he's been dead for a long time.
Oh, dust it off. And it was another actor's version of Howard Cosell. So I
Correct.
see
Yeah,
what you're
you
saying.
see?
I see how it trickled down. So I pass by her. I flip her off like you do. And I'm in the shorter lane of traffic. There's traffic going this way. There's traffic coming this way. It's like a 5-point intersection. And I see in my rearview mirror, she rolls up behind me, and I'm like, oh, shit. Now it's going to be a thing. Puts her car in park, gets out of her car. I lock my door. And people are insane. You don't know what they've got in that car. She comes up to my car. She starts trying to get into my car.
Oh, that's safe.
And but I'm like, at this point, I look at her and I'm like, get back in your car! Get back in the car! And I'm sorry to everybody who's listening right now. I must have been red. The veins were coming up. She goes back to her car, opens her car door, and bends over. So now we're going to whatever she's about to get out of her car, Betty. At that point, then I panicked. Still, traffic coming this way. I kick mine in reverse. I try to get out of the way. Because I don't know if she's getting like a gun or a bat. I don't know.
The suspense is killing me.
This is New Jersey. But she's getting a Sprite.
To give to you?
So I go to get out.
You need a Sprite, bitch.
I'll show you. And she splashes the Sprite on the side of my car as I'm trying to maneuver around. And there's like a gas station there. I go through. I'm now going. Now I'm stuck in a red light on the other side. She goes back to her car. And I was like, what's going to happen next? She comes back with something in her hand that says Panera. And she dumps chunky chicken soup all over the front of my car.
So now she's dumped her lunch.
She did her whole lunch on my windshield. And I had my windshield wipers going. And at this point, I'm laughing because there's like carrots and rice and and I know exactly the Panera that she went to. I can never go back there ever again.
Wait, so there are people watching?
The whole exchange, they're watching all of it. Oh, did I mention she has a face tattoo? That was the moment that I was like, maybe I should get out of the car for a while.
Maybe I should just leave. I'm just going to leave the
Or
car
maybe
right
I should get a roll and enjoy myself. It was, you know how expensive food is these days? That was chunky chicken soup.
So how did this interaction conclude?
The grand conclusion was that I got the green light first. She had to go back to her car. Everybody was honking at her. But maybe it was a you pick too, and she had like half of a Mediterranean salad. Or I was like, if she comes back with a salad,
maybe she needs a straw with that Sprite.
Angry
Starts
about it.
throwing
Chips,
air
apple,
items.
or baguette. Which one do you want? They're all free. It's the best ad for Panera ever. I drove around so the light turns green. My windshield wipers are going, and I had to go. I went right to I almost said dry cleaner. A car wash.
Sure.
Same diff. I went to a car wash, and I had to lie to the guy, and I was like, I left my chunky chicken soup on top of my car, and then I forgot about it, and I drove, and he's like, I don't know if we're going to get it all out of there. And I was like, do your best. There's a lot of rice.
What if he was like, you're lying. Hank saw you at the stoplight with that crazy person with the Sprite.
And the final question, apple chips or baguette? And I
We're on
said,
pins
I'm
and
not
needles.
into carbs. Thank you very much. I think it's time. Do you? Do you think it's time?
I don't know.
It's time. Relax.
I defer to James.
Everybody do a big inhale. Exhale. Oh, welcome to DearPod, the comedy advice podcast. I'm your host, Tim Waltz.
I also am Tim Waltz.
We're coming to you from the Maha'a Bar in the beautiful Pineapple Ranch. Can I hear it? That is the sound of silent applause, everybody.
That's what we call the art clap.
Just lovely. So, welcome. If you're a first-time listener, congratulations. You have an arsenal of episodes to go back and listen to, but we are coming back to you. If you are a super fan, we are back, baby. We're back in the Maha'a Bar. We have young Jules. We've taken him out of his cage for the day. We have added new elements, as you can see. We have added a fabulous YouTube page. So what are you waiting for? Follow us. If you're watching us on YouTube, smash that subscribe button, baby. That's what all the kids say. Follow us online on your Insta, your TikTok, your Face, because Twitter doesn't anymore. At DearPod Official, damn it. That's right. We are back, baby. We've been on a 1.5 year hiatus. And we're back to give you some fabulous comedy advice podcast. If you don't know, what we do every week is that we read old advice articles to each other sometimes, and most likely the advice articles of Ann Landers and Dear Abby, and we take them out. We dust them off. We take them for a spin. Not unlike us, we are dusting ourselves off. I want to say welcome back to my fabulous podcast co-host, Patrick O'Brien.
Thank you for remembering my name.
Oh, and you are? Tim Waltz.
Thank you, Tim.
So, let's address the elephant in the room. We've been gone for a 1.5 years. We've been hiatusing, and we just felt it was time. It was time again.
Correct.
Would you like to say anything to your fans? Because you have plenty. Let me tell you.
I don't know if I do, but I'm happy to be back.
I'm
Happy to
happy
be
you're back.
nominated. It's just an honor to be nominated.
It's such an honor to be here. You look more and more like Patrick Dempsey every time I see you.
Oh, God bless you.
Was it Dr. Sexy? Was that what they called him when he was on Grey's Anatomy?
Oh, see, I don't even think of him on that.
Oh, What do you think?
Can't Buy Me Love.
I was about to say Can't Buy Me Love, which
Yeah.
somebody posted a meme from that today. If you've never seen Can't Buy Me Love, it's when she's wearing the white suede outfit and somebody splashes red juice all over it or
Red
wine or something.
Yeah.
And it says, this is what happens when you wear white after Labor Day. It is after Labor Day.
Sad.
It is September. The summer is over. Didn't it feel like fall today?
Immediately.
Immediately. I don't think that's ever happened before where I was like, oh, we're back in school, baby. We're taking you back to school. That's right, damn it. DearPod is back.
wanna go
We're back in session.
back to school.
Back in school again. Was that Grease
Is that
2?
from Grease 2?
What's behind you?
Oh, what? The Maha'a Bar?
People have never seen it before.
That's true because of the new YouTube element that we have, which, by the way, DearPod official, YouTube, smash it. That subscribe button. Some people have never. We're taking you into the Maha'a Tiki Bar. This is where we have been doing our podcast, which we started in, is it 2018?
Whenever Old Yeller was in the theater, I think that's when we started.
Oh, okay, good. Yes. Back when Shirley MacLaine was still a thing.
She still is.
She's always a thing for me. We started this podcast many years ago, and we've taken a year and a half off to clear out the brains, really. That's what it's all about. And it was time, because the world is a garbage fire, and we needed to bring back some comedy advice podcast. And no, nobody has ever seen this before, because back when we were podcasting, YouTube was a new thing for the podcasters. So we've added this element. And look around, look at all the thousands of dollars of alcoholism we have behind us. We have a puffer fish. I love him dearly. And we have lots of Elvis chotch for people who haven't seen. And most importantly, let me just show you my new headshot. Can I show you?
Sure.
This is my new headshot.
What is oh.
There you go. I'm a little.
Wow.
It's been a hard day. Yeah, that's
Oh.
if you're just listening at
Oh.
home, you want to know what this is. It's a crazy inflatable arm flailing tube man, very tiny, miniature. Oh, I look great now. Oh my God! So this is me
You're
after
upward-
I've had coffee and
Upward
a
and
dump.
mobile.
Oh, there I go.
oh.
Oh, and that's me after I've had two
Okay, so-
Chardonnays, and yeah. So there you go. We have lots of fun, stupid stuff here in the Maha'a Tiki Lounge. So if you're only listening on Apple
bought you that?
Podcasts, who did? I think you bought it for me. I think Jules. I
Do you
think it
have
was
a
a
car
stocking
wash?
stuffer.
Was this for your
was
car
after
wash
the-
that you have?
That was after the incident. Chunky chicken soup, everybody.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. So we have all kinds of fun stuff happening. Because of that, we pick a theme every week and we find an article here, there, and everywhere. This is a much more streamlined version of our show that we've decided to do. We've decided to trim the fat because we don't like carbs.
Correct. Now, I'd love to say that my article is back to school. However,
It's reunion.
yes, it is reunion. However, it
Did
has
you-
nothing to do with it.
With either?
No.
It was just something you like.
It was just something I thought I'd just
Well,
do
now
something
I'm
different.
curious. Go ahead. Read your article.
Well, are we already?
I don't know. Are we in? Should we do it?
I don't.
Let's pop the cherry. Read me what your article is because now I'm curious if this has to do with rape or something.
What?
Because every time we go to find an article, just FYI, we have a search engine that we use to find articles whenever we pick a theme. So this week's theme is reunion, which makes sense as we are reunionizing.
And it feels so good.
It feels so good. But then whenever you put words in the search engine, remember we would like always try to search Christmas and it was like gang rape.
Well-
It gave you articles that had nothing to do.
Full disclosure, when I was looking for my article, Easter kept popping up, which Easter has always been the hardest one to find anything on. And I was like overcome with Easter articles. I'm like, great. So when Easter comes around, I won't be able to find this.
You're going to be lousy with Easter articles. Also, don't you take that as a sign that the universe is like, we're going to give Patty the thing he was looking for this whole time?
Of course. Well, then, of course, I ignored it because that's what. So, I didn't even print it out.
Whenever there's a sign that the universe sends me, I'm like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
I'll get back to you.
Yeah. Never mind.
I'm so excited to see what this is all about. And also, finally, for any of the super fans that are coming back to us after these many years, first of all, thank you, welcome back. And second of all, you can actually see how Patty does his articles, which is just, I mean, here I have a laptop, and he does this old school thing where he brings in papers. He
That is
likes to
correct.
cut down trees and
That is
write
correct.
articles.
And of
He
course, I'm
prefers
starting, as of course, I'm starting it incorrectly because I don't have.
Would we have it any other way?
I know this is from this. Okay, this is terrible.
What is it?
Oh, no, I have it. Never mind.
Oh my God, it's in the tiniest print ever.
It's from the Muncie Evening Press, January 1st, 1977.
Okay.
Dear Abby, I met a man on a bus. Well, I guess it is appropriate because it's back to school. So at least she's on a bus.
Okay, that
So I'm
counts.
okay. Anyway,
All right,
dear
making a
Abby,
note.
I met a man on a bus and we seemed to hit it off perfectly. Only, I don't know anything about him. He says he has no family or friends here and he doesn't care to talk about where he came from. Do you think his past is important? Signed, Perplexed.
Nah.
Dear Perplexed, his past is very important, especially if he doesn't care to talk about it. Now, this is the beginning of every docu-series that I have been watching.
On Netflix.
Like, he seemed like a great guy, and then she was, like, eaten by her husband.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
First of all, I don't talk to anybody in a bus, so this is clearly a long time ago. Also, I'd never take the bus.
I was about to say, all of these things date it. I have been taking the bus, though, recently.
Why?
This reminds me of a story. Okay, I'm going to put a pin in it because I have a story for you that's very similar to what this is all about. First of all, do you remember when people would do missed connections? Was it
Yeah.
in the Village Voice? And look in the back, and it was like, I saw you, you looked at me.
Yeah.
The 138 bus. First of all, if you're seeing somebody on a bus, raise your standards.
Right. You were wearing the Olivia Newton-John concert tee.
I always want to know how many relationships really started from the missed connections column.
And then what do you say? Well, how'd you guys meet? Oh, we met on a
M60?
transatlantic flight. Where'd you meet? I was going to the Bronx. I had recently gotten out of jail.
Yeah.
And then I looked
It was the only thing
across-
that I could afford. And I used the EBT card I got on the bus. I was sweating. It was like the dead of summer. There was
Funny
no
thing,
air conditioning.
I threw up on myself, and then someone just threw me into the bus. And by the time I woke up 2 days later, this beautiful angel was sitting across.
He was
from me.
standing over me,
Right.
which is also another way that
'Cause he was
most
urinating on
love
me.
stories
Right.
start, and then he peed on me. I have been taking the bus recently into the city, so this could potentially happen. However, I still got it, baby. For those who couldn't see at home or who are listening on iTunes, I just shoulder shimmied
Oh,
right there.
I thought you were trying to crack your back.
No, that was me going, I still got it, baby. I'm trying to turn you on.
Not if I think you're trying to crack your back.
I got picked up at Whole Foods the other day.
On the bus?
This is just left of the bus. This is bus adjacent. But Whole Foods, more expensive. If I got picked up at like a ShopRite or a Stop and Shop, then I would be even more, But guy picked me up at Whole Foods. I've
Okay.
never been picked up before. So
Okay.
what is the process for people who are trying to, like, you see somebody you're attracted to, how many people go up to somebody and just start talking to them? Like,
Well,
it
how do
was
you know he's
so-
trying to pick you up?
Because he fully picked me up. Okay.
What do you say?
Let me set the scene.
What do you say? Oh, can you get out of my way? And you're like, oh.
And I'm like, ooh, well, don't mind if I do,
You're like pulling
sir.
You're like on Mama's Family pulling your dress over your shoulders.
I drop a handkerchief.
He's like, you
Well,
fucking dropped your
sir.
Kleenex, woman.
And he's like, this is a Whole Foods parking lot. Move it along. He was coming out of Whole Foods, and I was going in. And he was like yoked. He was one of these guys who it's like they work out so much that they have muscles on top of muscles on top of muscles, which, by the way, not my jam. Not ever a kind of person that I attract.
Okay.
Also, he was wearing one of those, you know, in Saved by the Bell, when Mario,
Lopez?
Lopez, he would wrestle,
Yeah.
and you know the wrestling outfit?
A sling.
it was like the top of that. It was
What?
like, you know when people take a tank top and they stretch it way out
Yeah.
so it's like nipples?
Uh-huh.
And so he's walking out and I'm going in. I see Nipply Muscly McGee, and I don't know what my face does because I'm loaded with chemicals and Botox. So I don't know if maybe I remember looking at him being like, oh, that guy's yoked. Like in a weird, like I was like, ooh, he's, so I thought I was like, I don't know. But apparently my face was,
Come hither.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
And I go into Whole Foods, and I look like crap. I got my hair pinned up. I'm wearing a nice white palazzo pant. I'm not good looking.
Okay.
And I'm wandering around. I'm getting my stuff. I forgot my bags because nobody has bags anymore.
Okay.
So I'm carrying 2 pounds of raw chicken in my hands. They're in packages.
Okay, I was going to say.
Set the scene. I'm not just like walking out with just chicken breasts.
Ah,
Wait,
my
what is it?
wallet. Fuck.
All the women.
Oh, independent.
Oh, you're chicken up at me. That's how
It's
I
like
felt.
Peter O'Toole in, or what's his name? What's Young Frankenstein?
No, not Peter O'Toole.
Not
Peter.
Peter.
Peter Boyle.
Thank
Peter
you,
Boyle.
Peter Boyle.
Peter O'Boyle.
Peter O'Toole in Young Frankenstein is a very different
beast.
movie.
Different beast.
Literally. So I leave Whole Foods with chicken in my hands, and all of a sudden, yoked guy appears
Wait, why
right
did
behind
you
me.
still don't have a bag for the
I
chicken?
don't have a bag. I just grabbed. I was like, I'm in here for
Okay.
chicken. I gotta go. So I
Okay.
have my slats of chicken, and all of a sudden, Yoki McGee appears out of nowhere, and he's like, "Excuse me," and I was like, "Ugh," and he's like, "I saw you in the parking lot earlier." Now he's opened his mouth, so he looks like all beefcakey, but he's a
Oh,
mouthful
no.
of braces and
What?
a little bit of a lisp.
Little bit.
Not a lisp, like a.
Like he just
I
can't.
guess it's like sort of that thing because he's braces, and he's
Just
like,
brace face.
"Hey, I saw you earlier in the parking lot," which is never a good thing to say, I think, to a woman who's just like alone.
So I saw you in the parking lot. My name's Stephen Sullivan.
Seriously.
Seriously,
It
do you
was
need help with
Gabby's
those?
mom.
Do you need some
from
help with those chickens? Seems like you had real hands full.
You got your hands full of breasts. Can I hold your breasts? Oh,
Jeez, these chicken breasts are really heavy.
Jesus, the size of your breasts. You really need
You
help
really
getting
shouldn't
back
get
to your
frozen
car.
breasts if you just get the breasts that are just laying out for a little bit.
You know what? I'll just follow you home. That's the vibe. He came. I was like, "Oh my god!" And he's like, "I saw you earlier in the parking lot," and I was like, "Oh," and he was like, "And this is the."
He's like,
precious
no, get in
part."
the fucking van.
It was like, because in that moment I've got chicken breast and I'm looking around like, I don't have a rape whistle, like I've got nothing on me, and he was like, "I think you're really pretty," and I was like,
Oh, so
"Really?"
So he's a little blind too. That's sad.
Fun thing I didn't tell you, he had a cane and a dog.
Wow.
And a little tin can that said, "Change, please."
Oh, so he's in a Mickey Rooney movie?
Yes, he was
Okay.
like a Dickens character.
Sure.
But like with a beefcake shirt on. And
Yes.
so, and then he was like, but then it was like he got there and he hadn't planned beyond those 2 lines.
Well, I don't think he's beyond 2 chickens in your hand.
I'm like, "How can I help you? Will you please? I'm holding raw breasts."
So how did he end this interaction?
I sort of just ended it, and I was like, "I'm sorry, I'm married. I have to go."
Wait. So did
Well,
he
because
say?
he was like, "So what's
So,
your
miss,
name?"
can I get your phone number?
Yeah, basically it was going in that direction. He's like, "So what's your name? I mean, where are you? Like, how can I find you?"
Where are you?
We're
You're
like, how-
we're in
like-
a parking lot, asshole.
I am in a Whole Foods parking lot, and I was like, "I gotta go." So I got his number. Your face.
What? You did not.
I did.
I don't believe any part of the story. I don't think I've ever.
It could have been a misconnection.
Yeah. He's like, I have a stove at home because clearly you just don't have a stove or an oven.
Look, I see that you like protein. I clearly like protein. We should have protein together. Do you ever think about that? He really was like a deer in headlights after the first 2 questions.
How old do you think this person was?
Put him in his 30s, believe it or not, because I still got it, baby.
And what was he doing? Was this on a weekday?
This was Labor Day, so it was a holiday.
You
People were out.
okay?
So this just happened.
So this
This
was
just in.
This was a
I was
crowded-
hit on.
This is a crowded parking lot.
Crowded parking lot. Also, he came up from behind me, which either is
This is the beginning of like a horrible series.
I can't wait to end up in a barrel somewhere in a basement in New Jersey. But either he
I'd be
was
like,
he
"Oh,
waited
fuck."
outside or he followed me around the Whole
Did he have a
Foods.
bag in his hand? Did he buy anything?
Well, yeah, because he was leaving.
What did he have?
Oh, I don't know. Actually, I didn't even. I was looking at his nipples, but in fairness, they were out. They
Well,
were on
okay.
display.
I didn't
There
know
was
that-
a lot going on.
I guess.
I was holding raw chicken. Yeah, the eye didn't know where to rest. I didn't. I wasn't prepared. You know, I didn't have my lips and lashes on. I wasn't giving you the come hither vibe.
I don't think anybody with 2 raw chickens in their hand.
Is giving
Yes.
a come hither vibe? Well, clearly you've never been to the box at 3 a.m.
Incorrect. However, so
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. And
And
basically
so he
the
just
way
like
it
slithered
ended.
back to
Yeah,
his
it just
Nissan
sort of-
Sentra, or I'm sorry, his Nissan Sentra.
Oh my god. Yes. It sort of it came in with a bang and it really went out with a seriously,
unfortunate.
Gabby. I know. So I still got it, baby. And wow.
Okay, so now this is a little bit different because no one's going to actually get abducted on Labor Day weekend
Why not?
in a crowded parking lot.
Oh, I don't know.
That's not how it goes in the docuseries.
Well, then that's why I felt safe. I mean, it was right out in the open. I did not feel threatened, and maybe that's because I was holding chicken in my hand. I mean, he could have cracked me in half if you saw the muscles on the muscles.
But you had 2 frozen
Maybe he
chickens in your
should've.
hand.
I should have let him. I had 2, not frozen. They were raw.
Oh.
Just, yeah.
Okay.
So basically, he was going in the direction of asking me more questions about like, how can I find you? maybe I
How can
was
find you?
going to be abducted. But who abducts somebody to Whole Foods? Because that would be a real high maintenance person. You take me back to your house and you put me down in that well, and they're like, I'm just going to make you a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. And you're like, I have an allergy
I have
to
a peanut
all of those
allergy. I'm
things. I have a
sorry.
peanut, I have a gluten allergy.
I don't eat carbs.
That's why I was at Whole Foods.
Oh. You want to eat that, Mike?
I
Are you
eat
hungry?
that. I have a mic allergy. It was delicious. So I still got it, baby.
So, other than you being abducted, I have been watching. I think I've watched every abduction series.
Yeah.
So there was like this whole like thing during the summer where it was cults,
Oh yeah.
Mormon sad stories,
Oh.
and now it's abduction stories. So the thing that I don't like about these series are.
Siri.
So I spent an awful lot of time watching these things, like hours. And if they have the fucking nerve at the end of this week-long series to say, and it's never been solved, I go fucking crazy.
Wait a minute. Is it? It's like a week long, and they.
For example,
Okay.
what did I write down here? I was watching this
Let me
series.
adjust my pants for this. I'm getting excited.
Oh,
Okay. There we go. I'm ready.
you're like, okay.
I got excited about the.
What was it? Taken Together. About 2 cousins that were abducted. One was like 8 and the other one was like 13. They were
Oh.
abducted on their bikes or whatever. It goes through this whole thing. It's like they've spent 7 years with the story. So you're like, oh great, you're gonna. So
What's
you
the
see them at
outcome?
different periods of their life and what happened, and then at the end, I'm like, oh, you're gonna reveal what happened, and this case has never been solved. 7 years of documenting this thing. You put this fucking thing together. You sold it. You've released the trailer. You've made me watch this fucking thing. I'm invested. And then you have the nerve to say, it's
We
like,
don't know how this story ends.
right. It's like if you were to go to a restaurant and you're waiting for like a table and you waited for like an hour and a half. And they're like, I'm sorry, we just did last call.
Okay, now you've hit me on a level that I can really understand by
Okay.
putting it in those terms.
Mhm.
But what I was just going to give you was the counterpoint to that, which is I am a big junkie of all of these things, all of these stories. And the biggest thing is that they're releasing a lot of these like cold case stories now because of amateur sleuths and people like me who have nothing better to do with their lives.
Okay.
That they end up solving all of these old cases and crimes.
Okay, then I don't watch that one. I watch the one that hasn't been solved, and it's
But
still
that's
an open
why
case.
that's why they're doing it. I think they're bringing up these stories and they're putting it out because I feel like this is the sad part. I know the story that you're talking about because I've heard it on a different podcast, not DearPod, the comedy advice podcast.
That's
which you
not
should
comedic.
No, not at all. We could find we could find a way because we're inappropriate. But
Probably.
what they do is like they bring these stories to light and then white women like me think that they know what they're doing and then they go digging and so they solve it. So which is why a lot of these series now are putting out these stories that have no end, which is it drives you bananas. You want to have a conclusion.
Well,
but they're doing it purposefully.
I love what you're saying.
I hear you.
But the person that they think is the abductor, the kidnapper, if you will, killed himself. So there is no ending.
Oh wow, they're really and
Yeah.
he didn't leave a note?
No, because he just abducted and murdered someone else, and then he got caught.
And he killed himself.
Yes, the man is deceased.
Okay. Before he could tell you.
Well, I wasn't working the case.
And then
I don't work for that town yet.
I'll tell you where the girls are. They're in.
That's what I'd like to do. I think I want to move to a small town, and then just start like becoming like
solving cases.
just become like the sheriff. Have no experience at all,
But don't you?
and just being like, oh, just like completely like out of my element, and yet like total unaware of like the surroundings that
and
I'm
it's
in.
also over it at the same time.
Yeah, like walk into their trailer and be like, oh my God.
First of all, I would love for you to be the sheriff of any town, but specifically a small town, somewhere maybe in like Idaho.
Or maybe what the town that Suzanne Summers was the sheriff in for the TV show. She's the sheriff. Because if you haven't seen it, binge watch that.
Never knew it was an option.
You've never
I've
seen this?
never even heard of that.
James?
Absolutely.
She's the
Jesus.
sheriff. Suzanne Summers has. So if you all thought that Step by Step was the only time she came back from
One of her many fallouts.
Three's Company,
Oh.
no, she was a sheriff. Hence the title. She's the sheriff,
I'm going to
She
need
had-
for you to show
she
me a
had
picture
braids.
of this.
and she wore a sheriff's outfit.
Wait a minute. She had braids, but was the sheriff's outfit like deep V cut?
No.
Were the cans on display?
Of course, no. Of course they were.
She's the sheriff of the town.
That's
Come
my
on.
name.
You're being charged with 2 counts of being reckless with my
Ugh.
heart. Raw chicken breasts. That is very interesting. There's so many things spinning in there, and I want to create a series where you are the sheriff. But I like that you go to solve
I guess
cold
that we
cases.
can do it. He's the sheriff, but then it's just stupid.
He's the sheriff, but with a question mark. He's the sheriff?
Right.
Okay,
You'd have to
there's
say
your
that.
show.
But then that I would actually have to have someone sing it then. So I'd have to have an old school jingle to go along
Oh,
with that.
I'm on
Otherwise,
it.
they're going to be like, he's the sheriff. Wait, is that a statement or is that a question?
What rhymes with sheriff?
Tariff.
Okay, that's all we've
That's
got.
Yeah.
He's the sheriff. He's taking tariffs. He's going in your house. He's judging all.
I don't like this jingle.
Oh God! All right, can I workshop it?
Where's Alan Thicke when I need a good jingle?
Where is Alan Thicke? Is
Well,
the
he's
big,
dead.
Oh,
So that's where he is.
this is awkward. I'm gonna see if I can get one of those sisters that did the nanny theme song. One of that, like Anne. What's her name? Is it
Anne
like-
Hampton Calloway.
Jesus Christ! If you did not think that Jules was gay before this performance,
It
ladies
doesn't
and
roll
gentlemen,
off everyone's tongue.
It really
'Cause It
doesn't.
didn't roll off of mine. And
then
sometimes I don't think I could be gayer, but then
Jules shows
then I
up
came, then
and
I
he
came
trumps your.
here. Here I am.
He's like, I'm throwing down an ace, baby. Anne Hampton Calloway.
What's your sister's name?
Liz.
Liz.
Why do you keep encouraging him?
Because you can't do one without the other.
Touche. All right,
We
I
are
have an
doing-
article for you.
we
Would
are
you like?
doing
I
Ann
don't even
Landers
know.
and Dear Abby.
This is the most fantastic comeback episode because, as per usual, we've spun about 50 plates. And I'm excited to bring you back to our theme this week, which is reunions, everybody. You and I are getting back together. Everybody's bands are getting back together.
Suzanne Summers is getting. Oh,
She's getting her career back eventually. She'll have a comeback.
she's dead.
Wait, Suzanne Summers died?
Oh my.
When did that happen? Oh, my God.
Are you for real right now?
Am I for real?
Suzanne Summers
It's not
has
like I
died.
had my finger on her pulse. I was not sorry.
Suzanne Summers and Richard Simmons have died.
Now
which
that I
means
know.
a
Richard Simmons, that's
large group of people, like their gurus, are dead. Because she did the Thigh Master and he did Sweat into the Oldies. So everyone was sweating to both of those people, and now
That's
they're
true.
dead.
well, also, a large chunk of our childhood went away. Like Suzanne Summers, Richard Simmons, there was other people that week that died when Richard Simmons died. But I'll get back into that
Okay.
after I give you back to
Sure.
reunions. Are you ready, everybody? I'm going to take that as a yes.
Okay.
This comes from the St. Louis Post-Dispatch, Tuesday, September 18th, 1990.
Oh.
I know. I went with a
okay.
little like grunge era.
Yeah.
High school reunions can be enlightening.
Mm.
Dear Ann Landers, before you know it, fall will be here, and those invitations for class reunions will be in the mail. The inevitable question will be asked by folks all over the continent. Should I go?
No.
Yes, yes, yes. It will be a wonderful opportunity to see that life really does even things out. For example, you can gloat privately because the homecoming queen gained 75 pounds. You wouldn't have recognized her if she hadn't worn her name tag. The handsome kid voted most likely to succeed sent word he couldn't be there. He's doing another stretch in rehab, booze and cocaine. Get a gander at quarterback Jock, now paunchy and bald, trying to make it with the women because he's never been able to make it anywhere else. Be
Jesus
prepared to swallow
Christ.
a dose of humility when that mousy little girl who couldn't get a date to a dogfight flies in from Paris looking gorgeous after negotiating a mega deal in Tokyo. And you won't be surprised when you see that four-eyed runt you turned down for the junior prom. He's now 6'2", handsome as all get out in elegant threads and perfectly charming. After all the gawking is over, you should start comparing notes and passing around pictures of the kids and grandkids. You'll probably find that most of them had suffered a little, or a lot, just as you have. And they are pretty decent, after all. Signed B.W., Athens, Georgia.
Barbara Walters.
Dear Barbara Walters, I would hope that class reunions are more than an opportunity to see who is bald or bad or fat or bald or rich or successful. They should be a
You okay?
time to renew old acquaintances, solidify friendships, talk about old times, and count our blessings. And let's not forget, some of us have been luckier than others. Barbara Ann!
That is the beginning of any kind of horror spoof where they're going back to murder everyone at the reunion.
Stereotypes.
Right.
Absolutely. Question for you.
Yeah.
Have you gone to your
No.
high school?
I refuse to go to any reunion. I don't want to go to my grade school reunion.
Why would you do that? Is that
I
an
don't know, is it a
option?
I don't know.
First of all, is there a need to go to any reunion
No.
now with
For
social
what?
media? I see you all the time. I already see that you look like garbage. It's there on Facebook. I get to judge it the
So I
whole
got
time.
to travel to have a bad time? No.
I went to one high school reunion. It was the 5-year. And you don't have enough
What
time.
is the point?
What is the point? Oh, wait. Was it 5 or 10?
Again,
take
what the fuck does it matter?
that-
5 years, 10 years? You just left these people.
It was 10. It was a 10. A little bit more. 5 years is pointless. I think
Yeah,
I
because
also went to the 5-year now that I'm having.
you just went to college and now everyone looks exactly the same. What
Yeah,
happened?
well, unless you still have the freshman 15, which I was puffy. But the 10-year, I was not. I looked good. So I was like, I'm going to go to the 10-year.
Because I look good.
'Cause I-
You were
only
like
'cause I
Sally
look
Field
good.
and Soap Dish. You had to go out to
Paramus, yes. I was like, I look good. I don't know. And it's like you're walking on a high wire where you're like, I don't know how much longer this is going to last. I better look good. Otherwise, I'm going to get picked up in front of a Whole Foods. So I went, and this is how trashy my hometown is. They didn't have it at a hotel. It wasn't like one of those fabulous New Jersey event spaces, which I'm obsessed with. I'm not from New Jersey. I'm from Boston, but still. It was in a VFW hall in Arlington, Massachusetts. Oh, not a VFW. It was a Sons of Italy. That's what it was. But they're all the same thing. Those old gentlemen's clubs that have been around for like.
Why don't they just have it at the school that you graduated in? Doesn't that make more sense? Isn't this like? Isn't this why Peggy Sue got married? Was it like that's the whole point?
I like that's your template
It
for
is.
understanding.
If I'm not going back to my high school dressed as Peggy Sue, whatever her last
Well,
name
if
is.
Nicolas Cage isn't there, I shouldn't have gone to begin with.
That's because he's Crazy Charlie and he's selling TVs and radios.
He is, but he's so talented.
It's one
He's a
of
good
my
singer.
favorite movies.
I love it. You need to talk to Moth about that, which, by the way, we're not doing a Moth report this week for anybody who knows and is a fan, but she will be coming back. Don't you worry.
Also,
Moth report will be on.
Jim Carrey's in that.
Jim Carrey.
And what's that? What's her name from Pleasantville?
Yes. Look up the whole cast list, will you, Julesy? For Peggy Sue got married. I know who you're talking about. But this was not that at all. First of all, they had a DJ who I'm pretty sure they had a DJ, and that DJ.
For what? I don't understand.
I don't
this.
know. He looked like he was one of us. I'm pretty sure that he just was at the party and he just sort of like went into a corner with a laptop.
I don't understand why. So you're basically all a bunch of strangers trying to see who looks worse than you do.
Yes.
And you're going to have a party because now you're gonna dance with some asshole that you don't like.
Oh no, I didn't. It was
So then
kind
what's
of
the
group
point?
dancing.
Just turn on a radio. Just turn on some yacht rock. Get shit faced. Go up to everyone that pissed you off. Say your piece and leave.
That's pretty much how it should have gone.
Right.
But here's what happened. It's at the Sons of Italy. So I walk in. Now, with Sons of Italy, this thing should have been condemned. It should have been condemned when we were in high school. But they're bringing us to like a slanty shanty. It was a place that had a bar, and I was like, "Who joins the Sons of Italy?" And then I went up to the bar and I got a vodka soda, and they charged me $1.25.
Then you went back there the next day.
And I was like,
"This is
"I
my
want to
favorite
join
bar."
the Sons of Italy. I am a daughter of Ireland, but I can change." And it was also Sky vodka. In fairness,
At one time, everyone loved Sky.
they did because it was a cobalt blue bottle,
Right.
and it was kitschy.
Their marketing was great.
It was so great. The vodka, not so much.
Well, it's the same thing
rubbing
with
alcohol.
Absolute. Absolute's not the greatest vodka, but it's marketed like it is.
Perfectly,
Go
exactly.
ahead. Go on.
So, and
Go on, mother.
they had like I don't understand. I don't have anything to compare it to, but I thought it was going to be better than this. They legit got one of those huge subs,
No.
one of those like 15-foot
Blimpie subs?
sandwiches.
No.
Yes, and it was D'Agostino's, which is our local deli hang. They got a huge sub from D'Agostino's.
The
That's
grocery
all
store.
it was. Oh no, it's different. Where I'm from, it's different. It was like a deli
Uh-huh.
where you go and get like your bagel and your
Uh-huh.
veggie cream cheese and stuff.
I don't understand the infatuation with a large ass sandwich to meet the demands of a group. I don't. It's like you're all supposed to be eating the same sandwich. I don't get it.
It's
at
the same
all.
thing I don't understand about the Scorpion Bowl.
What?
Remember when the Scorpion Bowl at like Chinese food restaurants?
No. I
I've
don't
got a
understand
fake
that
ID,
either.
and it was the first drink I ever purchased, which was a Scorpion Bowl, which is shared amongst 6 people. An alcoholic beverage that comes in a bowl. Everybody gets a straw.
Nope.
And you just go all in.
If someone said, "Hey, can I taste your drink?" I say, "You might as well just have it because I don't want whatever the fuck is growing in your mouth drown my straw and into my glass."
I
and
don't want
eventually
your
I'll ingest
MRSA,
it. No.
your backwash.
No. It's like when someone eats off my plate. I'm like, you better finish
better
this
move
whole
that
fucking yeah.
I agree.
That dirty little paw of yours on my plate.
That's
yeah.
why Moth actually got a retractable fork one year so that she could spear things from afar. That's commitment to stealing off the person's plate.
Well, you're not really stealing because I can see it.
Touche. Out of the
Right.
open. I agree with you. A shared
I'll
sandwich.
just have like a retractable taser gun. To just
I
shoot
have a
aggressive.
retractable fist. Ah, watch me go in, take it back. In, take it back. I didn't eat any of it. Also, like half of it was bologna. When was the last time you saw bologna?
on the bologna commercial. That's probably the last time I ever saw.
Which was 1986.
How come they don't have the bologna commercial anymore? Actually,
I don't think anybody eats bologna anymore. Is bologna still a thing? Email us, dearpodofficial@gmail.com.
my bologna has a first name. It's like and
Really?
now it just sounds fucking gross.
It's my bologna has a
Pornographic.
first name.
Yeah, it's PETER. Excuse me.
Wait, that wasn't the
Wait.
original.
Hey, kid, stick to the script. Stick to the script. Peter, you're fired.
You're fired, and I'll see you tonight.
Okay, so again, I don't know because the only reunion I went to is Peggy Sue got married. So
I don't know what's supposed to happen. I can't answer.
But what was
My
your
only-
expectation of going? Was it to be like I have a score to settle? I have a bomb in my bag.
No, I just wanted to look good. I had like a crop top on. I was like, I'm delivering, and I just basically wanted
Were
to
you
go.
part of Sixpence None the Richer? Is that why you were in a crop top?
Kiss me beneath the
These
crop
fucking
top.
twinkling lights everywhere. Jesus Christ.
Kiss me by the 16-foot sub sandwich.
You got
Bologna.
You got some bologna on you. Oh, fuck.
Is that yellow mustard? I don't know. I think I wanted to go back and like do a round, like
Of
make
what?
a round and, like, hey, and
Like a
then leave.
pickpocketing or like
That would
a
have been
round of
great.
what?
I don't know. It's like this was kind of before social media happened. So it's like it was like when Facebook was new, like before your moms were on it.
Was this like morbid curiosity? Or is this kind of like
Yes.
like watching a car accident?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I thought. And then it was also, and you would hate this, overhead lighting.
No.
It
Well,
was
I mean, no.
horrifying. It was all of it was horrifying. I'd never go back again. But I also thought that it was gonna be like I think I was expecting Peggy Sue got married. I wanted more. I wanted a hotel. I
Did
wanted
you dress-
glam.
did
And
you
not
dress
the
up in
Sons of
1950s
Italy. Yes, I wore
costume?
my pink, tulle dress. And I was hoping to have a heart attack, and none of this happened,
And Helen Hunt wasn't your daughter.
Helen Hunt looked more like her mother than the other way around. That's why I never understood the casting of Helen Hunt and Peggy Sue got married. I was like, but you're 47. Aren't you supposed to be at this reunion too?
No.
Helen Hunt was never 18 years old.
Yes, she was.
I don't think that she was born. She was like born 33.
Girls just want to have fun. She definitely looked her age.
No, I disagree strongly.
Okay.
And
I didn't say
wasn't
she was
also
good.
Remember the thing where I showed you where she did some sort of, made for TV movie where she smoked weed and jumped out a window?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was great.
Classic. But even
Classic
that,
Helen Hunt.
classic Hunt. And even that, I was like, oh, she was 42 then. She's never.
She's like, I
nothing
gotta go
about
home.
her has ever been like childish or childlike. And she was not like that in Girls Just Want to Have Fun. She was aged.
I disagree. I'm going to go back on this. I have no morbid curiosity about
Going to a reunion.
my college, my high school, my grade school.
Does your college have reunions?
I doubt it. It would have to be like my fraternity reunion.
There's no need for a reunion at this point.
No.
This is my way of saying this was our first episode back and our last.
Wow. Thank you.
Hope you've all enjoyed yourself, everybody. That's right. That's our reunion theme, baby. This is nuts. It's nuts that we're here again and doing this, and it's like no time has passed at all. You know what I think it's time for again? Are you ready? Did you warm up your cords to sing today?
What are we doing?
It's
Time
for Instagram mail. Instagram
Instagram
mail.
mail.
You
I'm
definitely
Helen
paused
Hunt.
for a second
I
and looked
didn't
at
know
me
what
to
you're
figure out what was
saying.
coming up next. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. It is time for Instagram mail. If you have not experienced this before, welcome. Lube up. Sit down. Spread 'em, baby. Email us, dearpodofficial@gmail.com, or slide into our sexy DMs on Insta. Did I mention that you could follow us on Insta? Yes, I did. DearPodOfficial on all your damn platforms. If you send us a question on our Instagram or in our Gmail, we will
Gmail.
attempt to answer it on the air. Now, when that happens, you usually send us advice questions, and we give you tacky
world.
advice. Oh, and that's, you give us 60 seconds.
We'll give you the
A
world.
blowy. Well, maybe we'll do both. I don't know. Whatever
We'll give you a
happens.
blowy.
Whatever happens. So if you write to us with an advice question, we will give you our advice back. However, for this, our inaugural return to the pod sphere, we have decided to do something else, which I'm very excited about. Now, in our time since we have taken our break, which was April, I believe, of 2023, that's crazy. We have had people slide into our DMs and send us messages about how much they liked this show when it was on the air before the band broke up. But we don't talk about that. It's too hard. So we've decided to read some of the messages that we have gotten from you faithful listeners over the past year and a half. And it's nuts because it's like, we'll go in there every now and then. We'd stopped paying attention to all of our social media, everything. But then Patty was accumulating these messages that we were receiving from all of you, and they were so heartfelt and so fantastic, and you told us what you thought of the show, which is another reason why we felt like it was time to bring it back. You seem to enjoy yourselves. We enjoy ourselves. So let's do some messages, some Instagram mail messages from super fans and people who stumbled upon our show and wanted to let us know how much they liked it. And no, I will not cry because I'm wearing miniature lashes.
Why would you bother wearing miniature lashes?
Because it's just enough to give you like a bump without it being like Kardashian ridiculous over the top.
Okay. So
Did you send this to me, by the way? Just FYI, I have to find it in one of my. Did you send it to the DearPod group chat? Did you send it to the group chat?
what?
Yes, you did. I'm looking for these because we'll read a couple of them each, and I'm looking back at the text that you and I share with each other, and there's a picture of Victoria Jackson in here. So I'm assuming.
Crazy.
Yes.
Okay, well, let me read this one. This Instagram user is just called Instagram user.
Oh.
They said the following. Devastated that things with the show and people's involvement has changed, but holding out hope, heart sign. Regardless, thank you all involved for the many, many laughs. You guys are so quick and witty and fun. So much talent. Best of luck to all in future endeavors. This became my comfort show through some dark shit since I first heard Aaron on Leanne Kreischer's podcast. Thanks again.
Thank you, Instagram user. And I love that you gave a shout out to Leanne. I did Leanne's podcast like a couple years ago, and I love her. I love Leanne Kreischer, so check her out. It's Wife of the Party, and actually she did an episode with us. So go back and check out one of our many, many episodes. What do we have? Over 200 episodes we did 4 years worth of eps. You have an arsenal of things to go back and binge, and she did an episode with us. She was fantastic. Let me see if I can find. I can't find the ones that you sent to me. I apologize, everybody. Please hold. Can we get some waiting music here? Did you email them to me?
I must have.
I don't know why I can't find it in any of the. Oh, here we go. You're right. Okay. That was Instagram user. Let's see what we've got here. Oh.
Okay.
We'll wait to do some of the excited it's coming back.
Okay, well, in the meantime, this one's from Kirk. Kirk says, thanks for the memories and all the laughs that got my wife and me through the dark days of COVID and through today. We will miss the Thursday ritual of listening to your glorious voices.
Oh, thank you. Who was that?
Kirk,
thank you so much, Kirk.
I wonder if that's Kirk Walzoni, who was a patron.
Oh, a Patreon.
Yes.
That's right. And you know what? He has made some comments on the Instagram. We've been re-releasing some old clips from old episodes, and we're thrilled to have you back, Kirk. Thank you so much for that. I have one here from Instagram user, and this is from February of 2023. Thank you, Erin/Patty/Jules/Moth, for the live event and entertaining us, especially the tour. You don't know how much joy you bring to some of us. My husband and I had a second baby boy very prematurely earlier this year who was in the NICU for many weeks, and this was our comfort show to listen to as we drove back and forth with him from Manhattan. We're on Long Island. Unfortunately, he passed away due to extensive medical complications. Your podcast is one of the things I look forward to despite the grief I'm drowning in. Thank you for sharing your smiles It's an absolute. Oh, thank you for sharing. I'm looking at it through watery eyes. Thank you for sharing your sillies. It's just an absolute delight.
Oy.
I mean, come on. This is. Stop it. I knew I'd get emotional about this. I'm just so happy we're back. I hope that whoever you are in Instagram land, that you hear us and that you know that we're coming back. We're very excited to be back here. And I hope that we continue to bring you guys laughs and stupidity while you're doing whatever you're doing, if you're vacuuming or whatever. What? Vacuuming?
If you're vacuuming and you can't hear anything. If you're blending drinks. If you're testing motors
if
outside.
you're drilling cement. Stupid.
If you're doing repair work on a highway. This is from Pep Speed. Thanks for the last 4 years. During 2020, 2021, there were literally weeks that Thursday was the one thing to look forward to, and weeks when DearPod was how I even knew it was Thursday. When we returned to work downstairs in wardrobe at Hadestown, we would rehash and laugh about episodes every week. Here's to the path forward, whatever that looks like, and thanks for the cocktail recipes, the moth reports, the advice, and of course, the laughs.
That is awesome. I love to hear about people who listen to the pod in like a group and that they all chit chat about it. It made us so water coolery. I love it. And especially Hadestown, which I love. Have you seen it?
I did. When did I see that?
I saw it with Ani DeFranco.
Of course you did.
I know. I'm so excited. My inner lesbian was in love. It was so great. She was so great.
Name a song from Annie DeFranco.
Not a pretty girl.
No.
And it's not Annie DeFranco. A little class. It's Ani.
Okay.
And if Ani listens, I just want to say I love you and to email me, dearpodofficial@gmail.com. Or find me at Whole Foods. I'll be holding the raw chicken.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
I want to read you an Instagram mail message from Sarah Summer Muldoon. When the announcement dropped that we would be returning to the Podsphere. She said, I am so excited for new episodes of Dear Pod. I hope it's the original lineup, Erin, Patrick, and of course, James Jules Ferris. I was a day one listener. And Erin, when you did the last episode and got all weepy, I did too. You guys got me through the pandemic and helped me drown out the noise of the children being home all day, every day. My eyes are not good. I just read it as the chicken being home all day, every day. It's children,
chicken,
everybody.
As the chicken I brought
it's
home
on the mind.
today.
I swear I never vacuumed so much in my life. So I was right. We're very vacuumable. There's a pull quote.
Wow, yeah.
If I had known when I had them, then I have to spend so much damn time with them, I wouldn't have had them. Oh my God.
Maybe we should have stopped.
Actually, that's not true. Abortion was still illegal in Ireland at the time, so I didn't really
This is not
have a
right.
choice.
That is. Did you just make that up?
I'm not
Stop reading
Why
this.
would I ever?
Stop reading that one.
Did you read this?
Jesus Christ.
She says these are the
And
jokes.
maybe if I hadn't killed my.
These are the jokes. These are not good jokes, but they are my jokes. All the love.
And maybe if I hadn't killed all of my family and put them downstairs, wrapped in leftover rugs and turned the air conditioning on, but I forgot to pay the bill, so then they were just cooking underneath.
And then I'd pick up a whole new family in Whole Foods. Sarah, I appreciate your dark, terrifying humor, and we're not going to report you to a company at all. You're not being flagged. It's totally
this
fine.
is fine. Mm-hmm.
That is, look, just send her pod episodes and make her happy. That's all that matters.
Yeah.
Oh my God, do we have any more?
That's all I have.
Is that all you have? Is it? Oh, a lot of welcome back. I missed ya. We got some hearts. We got some smileys. But yeah, I'm glad that we actually ended on that one. I think that is a very effective Instagram mail. That was highly entertaining. So that's Instagram mail, kiddies. So again, message us, DearPodOfficial, or send us an email at DearPodOfficial@gmail.com. And in the meantime, the sound you hear behind you is my career falling into a well with that little girl, Jessica, whose career was probably, if she fell down that well today, she'd be a gajillionaire.
Yes.
Easily. You know that she is an adult who's been like trying to top. We're trying to talk here, damn it. That's James Jules Ferris behind the bar making something that we will no doubt enjoy, which is the specialty cocktail, specialty drink. We're drinking all day like we did before for 4 years. That's right. We spent 4 years drinking and having specialty cocktails. Patty, why aren't you singing? It's part of the gig.
I don't know where we're
is
still
to
doing
sing
it.
specialty cocktail.
And I don't know.
Oh, I thought you were going to hit like a really bass note, like, and no.
see.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Every week we have a specialty cocktail. We highlight a drink that is inspired by the theme of the episode, which, of course, this week is reunion themed.
Or abortion, if you're reading.
If you're just joining us at this late hour. So every week we have a specialty cocktail. This year we are coming out officially, because I know I threatened it for the 4 years we were together to begin with.
Water.
We are coming out with a book featuring every drink we've had. Not every drink. We're cherry picking some of our favorite specialty
So you
cocktails.
just lied to everybody.
I did. I'm lying, but go back. What can I tell you? You want me to do 500 drinks in a book? I'll do it, goddammit. Email me, dearpodofficial@gmail.com. But we're putting together a cocktail book, a recipe book that will be available at Christmas time. I know I've been threatening it for years, but this year I put a candle up under Jules's ass and I said, you get back there, get back in your cage, and you put this together, and then we'll write some fun things and we'll have it available for sale for our good people this Christmas, which will be here before you know it. Isn't that horrifying to think about? I know. I know. I still want to be in summer for a little while longer. The fact that it turned to fall overnight is terrifying. So this week's specialty cocktail is the Comeback. That is right. It is called the Comeback. There's just one thing on James Jules Ferris's mind. Where have you been? He sounds just like that, ladies and gentlemen. Don't let him tell you anything else. So for this, you will need 1.5 ounces of vodka. This is very much our drink.
Yes.
1 ounce of grapefruit juice. 3/4 of an ounce Saint Germain. She's the best saint.
Yes.
Germain, the one that gets you drunk. And you top with sparkling wine. Tell me that that is not a bevy that is totally perfect for
That
us.
sounds amazing.
These are all the things that we love all together. Now, here's what you're going to want to do with all these ingredients. In a shaker, add vodka, grapefruit juice, and Saint Germain. Pour in an iced highball glass.
You can vacuum to it.
And top with sparkling wine. I hate you so much. That was a good line, everybody. I give credit where credit is due. And you will garnish it with a grapefruit slice. Now, here are the tasting notes from Jules, since I had his tongue removed, many years ago, and I have to speak for him.
Unfortunately for you, if you know what I mean.
Am I right? No, I keep it in the closet.
Anyway.
Here are the tasting notes. Oh my God, I have missed you all so much. The bar is overflowing with alcoholic goodness, and there's been no one to mix for in a year and a day. That's a bit of an exaggeration. We've had a lot of parties over the last year, but I thought of all of you every time I mixed a drink. Your smiles, your laugh, the way the sun hits your face in the morning after a night of, well, you get the idea. Seriously, getting my Nissan Sentra. We kick off the brand new season with a drink from one of my new favorite restaurants in New York City, Quality Bistro. Such a great place if you have not been.
Is there a place on 56th?
Located in the West 30s of New York City. It's like right by, I'll go through. Hold on.
All
West, their bar offers up some of the best specialty cocktails in the city. So good that I have decided to steal one of their drinks, rename it, and pass it off as my own. We're classy. Actually, this drink was stolen and tweaked by Mr. Ben Jeffrey, proprietor of the Hakuna Hut at the Minskoff Theater in the heart of Old Broadway. So please have your lawyers call him, not us. It's refreshing, bubbly, and a bit tosh. Ooh, all of the things that have been missing from your lives while DearPod was in therapy at the Betty Ford Clinic, visiting our local plastic surgeon, and endless classes with Christine Dercole on Peloton bike. Aww.
Oh.
Cheers, Christine, and cheers everywhere. Everywhere. And cheers everyone and everybody
And
and
everywhere.
everything. All the
'Cause you're
things.
everything to me.
What happened to them, huh?
That's her. Isn't that,
Michelle Branch?
yeah. Or is it the other one? What's the other one's
Oh,
name?
they're so interchangeable. It's like when you watch
Michelle Branch and who's the one that plays
not
the
Selena
piano?
Gomez. Wait.
Making your way downtown. Is that Michelle Branch?
Oh.
Oh, fuck. What's her name?
Oh God, I don't know. Now we're gonna have to look it up. There's so the fact that you can mix and mingle.
I know. It's my bad.
Making my way downtown, walking fast, faces past, I'm homebound.
Who is
That
that?
has to be Michelle Branch. Is it a branch of Michelle Branch? Is like the executive Michelle
It's
Branch?
her Uptown Branch.
Uptown Funk you up. Oh my God. Wait, before we sip, we have to address. Wait, did I get the girly? And you got the guy. That's so right. We have these sexy bevies. I'll point it towards this camera right here, as you can see. Look at my girl. It's like when we used to have those pens, the dirty pens that would flip.
Vanessa Carlton. Yes.
Thank
Dirty
you.
Pens.
Vanessa Carlton,
Sorry.
dirty pens. No, you don't say a word, damn it. We let Jules out of his cage on this very special inaugural welcome back, DearPod.
Do you have a man? Oh.
Oh, that is so nice.
Oh, she's nice.
That is a great way to end the summer. That is a great way to start the fall. That is a great way to welcome us back to the pod sphere, baby. Oh, my mouth is watering. That means we got to sip again. I'm just going to keep cheersing.
Damn it, that's fresh.
It is. It's the grapefruit juice.
Yeah, it is.
But the Saint Germain, the elderflower, brings her back down to the earth. It's like just when you think you're ready to spin off into the stratosphere with grapefruit, Saint Germain holds your hand and she's like, "But wait, I'm a little sweet."
I don't like where your voice is going. I feel like you're like a.
You feel?
What is happening?
What do we have?
over-
Garbage. We're like that garbage character in Fraggle Rock. It's just like trash. They're not supposed to see behind the scenes.
Well, we didn't pan down, did we, Margot?
Yet. I don't know, Todd. Cheers, everybody. Welcome back to DearPod, Comedy
Yes.
Advice Podcast. We love you.
Damn it, that's fresh. That is so good.
It's so good. It's the grapefruit slice.
This episode of DearPod is mixed and edited by Jim Ferris and is a property of Pineapple Ranch Productions.